Anybody here from LA? A few people. You know what I hate about LA? There's no parking. I went to a movie the one night. Spent the whole night driving around looking for a parking space. I finally found one. I parked and got out. I was in Las Vegas. By the time I walked back to LA, the movie was over. True story. I hate psychiatrists. I think they're the scum of the earth. I tell you, anybody who goes see a psychiatrist ought to have their head examined. I feel like saying to these people, what are you, freaking nuts? At least with a bottle of snake oil, you probably get to keep the jar it came in. I was married once. You know what the difference between a wife and a hooker is? A hooker will have sex with you. Anybody here from New York City? Few people. I went to New York City the one time. True story. I rented some movies. Later I looked at my credit card bill and there was a miscellaneous charge for $10. I called them up and said, what's the $10 charge for? They said I failed to rewind the DVDs before I handed them back in. Who knew? So now I rewind all my DVDs before I return them. Sometimes I feel like a welcome mat. I say welcome and then everybody walks all over me. I got really frustrated the other day. I was waiting for a signal light and the car in front of me had a bumper sticker on it. I read it and it didn't make any sense. In the mid-'80s there was Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, and Welcome to Arizona, Now Go Home, Coexist, Jesus Saves. But this guy's bumper sticker said Black Lives Matter. What the hell does that mean? It doesn't make any sense. Black Lives Matter? Black Lives Matter? If you're going to put a bumper sticker on your car, shouldn't you read it first and see if it makes sense or not before you put it on your car? Black Lives Matter. What the hell does that mean? Anybody here from Las Vegas? A few people. You know what I love about Las Vegas? Leaving. I used to think the only difference between a Republican and a Democrat was the name. But now I'm thinking the difference between the Republicans and the Democrats is the Republicans want to rape the middle class on behalf of the wealthy, whereas the Democrats want to rape the middle class on behalf of the poor. In either case, the middle class gets fucked. I read a book called The Peter Principle. In the book it said the world is so screwed up because everybody rises to their level of incompetence. Sometimes people have to get into another career before they rise to their level of incompetence. Like rap artist Raz Simone from Seattle. He didn't rise to his level of incompetence as a rapper, but he did when he became the leader of a new country called Chaz or Chop, and then he rose to his level of incompetence. How did the biggest fish in the pond get to be the biggest fish in the pond? He never took the bait. I was awakened from a nightmare the other night, that there was no intelligent life on Earth. I rushed into the bathroom and splashed cold water on my face. I then saw myself in the mirror and thought, yes, there is. I felt better and went back to bed. Anybody here from San Francisco? A few people. They have the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. People go there to commit suicide. They jump from the bridge and crash into the water and die. The city of San Francisco became so concerned about it, they started putting water softener in the bay. I got really aggravated the other day. I had to pay a bill, so I went to the store to buy a money order. I asked the clerk how much a money order cost. She said 50 cents. I said, okay, I'll take a money order for $100. So she makes out the money order and says, that'll be $100.50, please. And I screamed at her, you just told me a money order only cost 50 cents. Man, I was pissed. I went to an Asian massage parlor the other day. I walked in, the girl said, massagey? I said, okay, how much for an hour? She said, $70. So I handed her $70 and we went in the back. After about 45 minutes, she said, you want a happy ending? I said, sure. So she handed me my $70 back and I left. I was very happy. Anybody here from Mars? A few people. You know what I hate about Mars? There's no oxygen. You've been an audience. Thank you.